She falls over to where mouse once said, falling dangerously against the mouse, as the mouse takes slow steps toward her. An idea comes to mind. You swallowed hard before asking, would you like some help again? Pete stops following while you can feel both of them staring at you, but your eyes are fixed on your captator's mask. The mouse nods. Okay. Pete refuses to speak to you. You try to explain you only held her down like this as part of your ploy to earn the mouse's trust. And you got the result. You convinced her that she didn't need to trouble herself with tying ropes around your whole body. But yeah, like, I haven't packed yet. And I'm probably gonna do that like on Sunday and Monday after my parents left, but I have primarily been like, you know, thinking about what to eat the past week, what to drink. Okay. Found another dead guy. I just don't like the buzzing, I have to think about it. So, and of course I'm or am I the beast now? So, but because I'm more energetic, I make way more better content, and since I'm now way more better energetic and know who I am, I feel like I can look way better in my videos and be like, okay, I cut that out, or I choose the way of production is, because I do make long form style content, that is true. Did it really say sorry for jump scare? Did it really say sorry for jump scare? Oh, I'm recording. I was hovering the button, so it stayed like my like here, like. See my OBS? See how like most of the buttons are blue? Well, I was hovering over the button, and if I'm recording, it's red, like maroonish red. The thing. So yeah. First and foremost, before I start my intro and things, next week, upcoming in the when this releases, it should be the 3rd of April. On the 10th of April and the 17th of April, hiccup. There won't be a 3 Scary Games. This is my upcoming holiday. On the 1st of April, I'm going on holiday. So when this releases the 3rd, so I won't be around the 3rd for recording. I won't be around for the 10th recording. And the 17th will be the first time I record again, which will make it that the 24th will have a 3 Scary Game. I will announce this on YouTube again. So, planning on the release, from when this releases, in the upcoming 2 weeks, there won't be any 3 Scary Games. After that, I will be back with a lot of stories, a lot of maybe real my own belly, because yes, I always do big belly cams, but by that time I'm 16 weeks pregnant, so I should expect to have a sizable belly that I can show off. Not big, but maybe I'll keep doing big around until I'm fully big. Who knows? Maybe you won't be even telling by this point. So do be aware, in the upcoming 2 weeks, there won't be any 3 Scary Games from when this releases. Because I don't know when you're watching this. If you're watching this on the 16th of April, then in the upcoming 2 weeks, there will be 3 Scary Games. So, as you know, for the 10th and 17th of April, 2026, there won't be 3 Scary Games. After that, we'll be back with regular schedule update and that sort of stuff. Also, you like the new outfit? It is the ZA style. ZA steel type mono or shiny monologue. Elise, inspired after live Pokemon Miku outfit, which was a Pokeball. Because the thing was, I had ID for the hair and the back thing, which was like the wings from Project Diva X. So I understood it. From the Project Diva X, the ending magically, Miku comes with sort of like mechanical wings on stage in like how do you call it? The disappearance of Hatsune Miku. And I was like, Skarmory is a metal bird. So it would be fitting, like metal wings and that sort of stuff. In the colors of Mega Skarmory, of course. And for the outfit, I had no idea until like last week. It was the 20 and the 21, and I don't know if it was Sunday or Saturday. But last week, on in the weekend, I woke up. I saw like all the Poke Live concert Miku things on Twitter. And I was like, hold up. And I looked at like Pokelife Miku's outfit and I realized something, it was designed after a Pokeball, and then it hit me. You know what shiny hunters do the most? Or hardcore shiny hunters do when they find a shiny? They be like, oh, which Pokeball does perfectly fit this Pokemon? And that's why it hit me. Like, why don't I do like a Luxury Ball? A Luxury Ball maybe is the best, maybe Heavy Ball, depends on how you react. But Luxury Ball will be the better choice, I think. And do it with Mega Skarmory's colors. Make an outfit, and it came out really, really well. I do even have like a Mega Band on the right, as you can see, but yeah. So, That's the thing. And of course, since this is one before my 2 week holiday, I will be doing this with the big belly. There will be content just normally across these 2 weeks. I will upload an extra video on Saturday maybe for these 2 weeks. I don't know yet. I will maybe there will be Black Ops 4 zombies and that sort of stuff. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out. But by the time that you watch it might already be the Lord of Choice. But as you can see, big black belly because I'm wearing a black shirt and that sort of stuff. And so, but yeah, mechanical wings, Pokeball outfit. Seieng mode live. I'm gonna use this outfit already a bit, but if you're interested in watching this back before the end of June 2026, beginning of July 2026, I will be planning to do the Twitch stream monologue around there, and I will be planning to do the book type monologue also around there. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out on the channel. With that, with the 4-minute intro, welcome back to a new 3 Scary Games. Our first game is Escape from Wormwood. It says that it's like a more darker themed visual novel, but huh. Can I not play it in a bigger screen? Blood, gore, destructive girls, and cannibalism. You know, look, I'm a Vtuber, I eat people. Okay, that's cannibalism, you can say, but like, well, technically two episodes I just like did eat the clonal thing, but I did like there was the episode like now that I think about it, like I have like technically it was this episode. I was talking about the war aspect of my lore and that sort of stuff, but what I literally did was like, be like, I literally ate like one of my clones on recording. Technically that's cannibalism too. Always so tasty, those stupid clones. Can't I make this like big screen? Oh, I can. But the thing is like, that is not like really visual. When you come in, you're strange in a familiar dark room. But I do eat, like, in my lore I do eat people, so technically cannibalism is like thing, but... And I always wanted to include war a bit more, since it's part of my stream, of my lore, but... Yeah, if you wanna hear how and when, go check that video out. There's a few 3 Scary Games earlier. Stomach aches, they feel nauseous, stay closest behind your chest, tightly, but they aren't the source of your pain. You remember now, several days ago you left on a research expedition into the rainforest, with 2 of your colleagues. Forced to do a little foraging, and on the way back, the 3 of you ingested some berries that you sure now were poisonous. Your colleague sits beside you unmoving. The air smells like metal. So yeah, but that sort of stuff. So cannibalism technically. What will be the smarter thing to do? I don't think you have the power to check your surroundings. Try to wake the others. Pete! You whisper uglily to watch beside you, she doesn't respond. Screaming against your restraint, you have tented in your head on her chest to listen for a heartbeat. After a few moments, you're sure you can hear one, faintly, despite the distracting pounding in your own chest. The ghost state of the rat beside her is something you won't be able to confirm for yourself. The door suddenly opens, startling you back into an upright position. You shut your eyes tightly to shield them from the harsh daylight. A masked being has entered the room. They approach, your eyes remain locked on them the entire time, but they move past you and over to the rat. Their statue is that of a child, but the typical of a mouse, you think. When they pull out the knife, you pray that isn't a child at all. And when they lift the rat's arm and glide their blade down, you pray that it's a sadistic adult acting alone. Because if they're alone, murder in a jungle, that gives you the greatest chance of escape. If it's a child acting with a group, not only do you have the chance, but it's also horrific and heartbreaking and bleak. As the blood drains from the rat who didn't deserve this, you swallow dizzy and try to best to remain calm. They say something, you fool. Ask who they are. Why are you at? Why are you doing this? They must say it firmly, but the mouse ignores you. Let me go, please, I'm just a researcher, I want to report this, I'll never return here, please don't do anything. Corpse can understand you, that's what the translator was for, but he's not waking up now. The mouse pulls a cloth from their pocket to wipe the knife. Once it's clean, they look for you for a long moment. You think desperately how you can convey them to you mean no harm, and that you only want to go home. But instead, the nausea you've been staring off comes to your head, thanks to an inescapable smell of your colleague's blood. Lean forward and vomit helplessly on the floor. The mouse kneels down in front of you. The rubber rain boots squeakily lightly as they move. When you look at their face, the mess they bring the solid cloth to the side of your mouth, dabbing the mess away. You almost believe it was small kindness, it's not for the faint taste of blood on your lips. The mouse seems to study your face for a moment, but you can only stare back in stunned silence. What use of words if a mouse can seem to understand you anyway? They stand, then open the door to leave. You hang your head as the despair of the situation hits you in a wave. You sit there sobbing in the darkness as you listen to slow the drip of the rain in front of you. The witch beside you still hasn't woken up. Pete is much older than you, with a weaker constitution. As a witch you expected she would be a little sturdier, but apparently not. Being able to use magic doesn't guarantee protection from poison. Her specialty lies in photography, not medicine. She isn't wounded though, at least not in an obvious way. Is it her blood that stains the floor where you sit? The only one the mouse seems to have to cut into so far in the red moss. Think of a way out. Need to think of a way out, it's probably too late for moss, but if you could just untie yourself and Pete. The ropes refuse to loosen themselves no matter which direction you bend your torso. Without something sharp to cut through the fibers, you're just stuck like this. You lean your full weight onto Pete again, as you've continued throughout the night. Pete, please wake up. You hate having to face this alone, even if the witch will only offer unpleasant remarks, at the point you accept them with full gratitude. There she goes again. The door opens again for the first time since yesterday. The sudden sound of heavy rain crushes your jaw, but you remain frozen, laying against Pete's shoulder. The mouse is here again. It's the same one as before, judging by the statue. You imagine it must be. They pass you on over to Moss. They pull out the knife again. You can bring yourself to watch this time. You only wish you could cover your ears. That way you wouldn't hear the sound of flesh and muscle parting, of his blood pouring out from his severed veins, just splattering loudly onto the floor. Why are you doing this, please? You cry because you can't think of anything else to do. You can't just sit and wait for your turn to be flayed. But you can't move, and the mouse won't listen to you, so you sit there, whimpering until you hear a loud thud. Finally open your eyes to see Mouse, the moss, corpse, a misshapen lump on the floor. Even in this low light you can tell what once was a human skin has become coarse fur. A quirk of animal folk, they return to the bestial form upon death. Have you forgotten that you realize he must have been alive and unconscious until now? Remain calm. Your mind is racing, but you shut every single one of those doubts out in order to survive. Moss is dead, but your position isn't changed. You have to escape. Now let's begin dragging the larger red body across the room inch by inch. You're breathing hard, but as you watch the tiny mouse struggle to move this heavy corpse, you almost feel bad for them. That's why you finally think of something you can do. Hey, untie me! The mouse stay focused on their task. Heavy, right? Untie me and I can help you move the body. You almost can't believe what you're saying. Shaky breath steadies the more you talk. So sad watching you try to move him alone. Please, can I help you? The mouse stops to look at you. The masked face sends a chill down your spine, worried that being with the red their expression will feel even worse. You have their attention, you have to commit to this now. While you're moving him, I can help you, I promise to help, but particularly not if you untie me. And you can tie me up again afterwards, of course. I'll cooperate, please. I just want to help. Now step over the red body and kneels in front of you, the same as they did when you vomited yesterday. I'm not supposed to talk to you. Your eyes light up, she can understand you after all. Her voice sounds young and feminine. That's a child being forced to do horrible things by some monster. You can talk her to release you have to, it's your only path forward. I won't talk, I just lift it, so it's just so sad watching you when you can bear it. She draws the knife for a moment, you think she bows to silence you for good. But instead she goes to a piece of rope. I like to move to this table. You do as the mouse commands. I don't like my earplug, like... Pete woke up last night. You filled her in everything that happened. Was dead, you must kept her. Let out the part where you convinced the mouse to untie you. Apparently she didn't say a word to you. I didn't say anything more to her either, even let her tie you up in the end. As promised, Pete would only scan for you, not putting up more of a fight if she knew. Although she still had it delirious a week, she ate the largest share of berries, now that you think of it. You don't know how much you fight back or she'll be able to help you at all. Think of what to do next. The ropes aren't as tight as they were before. Your tight squirming around them, but you haven't gotten them dirty. Still, they're a little less uncomfortable. Your muscles are stiff from being stuck in one position on the floor. You wonder if the mouse will be willing to leave you untied in this room. The door is locked anyway. You'd earn more of her trust, and at the very least you'd rather Pete be the one to drain next. The door opens and mouse enters the room. Let us go, we can pay. Do you understand? Pete's quickly in a demanding tone, but the mouse ignores as expected. What is it what you want? Food? Well, it won't be made into a ritual sacrifice. We can make this worth your while. Mouse kneels down before the witch and holds the knife to her skin. Pete feels in a panic, knocking the knife from her hand. It slides across the floor towards the drain, but it doesn't fall in. Whoops. Mouse calmly collects the knife. You're silent, thinking desperately of a way to delay her further. Loam told me about how you butchered the rat. You collected this meat for what? Are you cannibals, or do you toss the remains into a pit to appease your god, you fucking savages? She falls over to where Moss once sat, falling dangerously against the mouse, as the mouse takes slow steps toward her. An idea comes to mind. You swallowed hard before asking. Would you like some help again? Pete stops following and was. You can feel both of them staring at you, but your eyes are fixed on your captator's mask. The mouse nods. Okay. Pete refuses to speak to you. You try to explain you only held her down like this as part of your ploy to earn the mouse's trust. And you got the result. You convinced her that she didn't need to trouble herself with tying ropes around your whole body. So today it's just your hands that are tired. You've been able to piece about the room, what feels more embedded than sitting on the hard floor. The odds for survival are slowly increasing. You don't worry about Pete's blood spilling down the drain. She's weakened but still alive. That cut was far from fatal. Search the room. Though you can do much with your hands tied behind your back, you were able to confirm a few things about the room. There is no way out, the door is locked, the small window in the upper center is barred or barricaded. And there doesn't seem to be any other exit. The pile of things next to the table does indeed contain your belongings. You thought as much of the first day you woke up here. You're happy to learn they weren't thrown away or being stored somewhere. You'll only be able to recover them. You weren't able to open your bag on your own. You're too afraid to move anything too far out of its place anyway. If only your hands weren't tied. You can dig through your belongings to find something sharp enough to use as a... well, as a means of escape. Either to untie Pete or as a weapon. You hopefully won't have to use on a living person. You didn't call them savages, you know. Pete gives you a silent glare. It's offensive. They were city mice. You call them murderers, right? So just say murderers. Loam. The orphan wants to relieve to hear her voice. Yes. I don't need your lecture. Only political correctness. And I'm bleeding out because of you. You purse your lip. Sorry. You rack your brain trying to figure out what the next move, but it's hard to think on an empty stomach. You've been running on adrenaline this past few days and your nerves are completely shot. You were, at the very least, given some water yesterday, both you and Pete. They seem to keep you alive for a little longer, but you're not sure exactly why or for how long. Maybe you'll be able to get some answers today. You decide to make that your goal. The little mouse returns. You move back to your place next to Pete in the show of cooperation. When she kneels down and draws her knife, Pete interjects at a level of composure you're shocked to hear from. Someone crumpled, bound and bleeding on the floor. Mouse, you should be cutting him instead. You almost can't believe your ears. How does she expect to have any chance at escaping if you're both weak from blood loss? Why me? Mouse pauses to hear her out. You want to cry. He's trying to trick you. He's gaining your trust a little at a time before taking after your urgh. You're almost relieved when your little mouse brings the blade down and pierces her flesh. You feel awful about it, but spares you another day. Can I ask you a question? Mouse cleans the blade against the cloth as she always does. We're not supposed to talk. I just want to know your name. Hearing call you Mouse, I feel sad I don't know your name. She tells her head as you and Pete continuously mutter, swears underneath her breath. I should introduce myself first, should I? My name is Loam. Loam? I'm sorry, I don't have a name I can share. She stands to leave. Is there something I can call you, something other than Mouse? Pete moans in agony, but you don't let her distract you. You need to keep building trust or else you'll both be killed. The mouse stares at you for a long while before turning away. I don't know. She opens the door, letting in the roar of heavy rainfall. I'll think of something for you. You yell to her as the doors close. I hope she thinks about it too. Pete isn't speaking to you again, because this time it's because she hasn't seemed to regain consciousness. Her body is alarmingly cold, but you think she still has a pulse. She isn't dead just yet. But you don't think you'll be able to escape with her anymore. You weren't counting on to begin with, but you would have been nice to not be alone. You sigh. She's almost tearing herself apart with Hunter. I'll think about names. A name for a faceless mouse. No, she isn't faceless, only masked. The group she's working for, the only one that tells her not to talk. Nameless and anonymized. The group is keeping her potion from her by giving her a name. You can work towards removing that mask. The door opens again. Each time it does, brace yourself for a new mouse, a stranger to walk through the door. Brace yourself for your strategy to be completely overturned, for your progress to be reset, and to feel overcome with despair as the stranger drives her blade deep into your flesh. But they cut into pieces, bones discard and carry out the metal pals just like moss. But you can tell it's her again today. The mouse will help you escape from this place. Her roots and boots are drenched with rain. She doesn't bother to shake it off. Instead, she looks right at you and makes a small sound like she's smiling under the mask. So you want to be greeted? So what do you imagine the sound you have meant? You smile back. Forgive me for speaking, but I'm still thinking of what to call you. I don't know what kind of things you like, so I mean, if I give you a name, I think it should be something you like. So what do you... I don't have a name. You paused, blinking twice. Huh? Now yesterday you said you didn't. Haha, I'm sorry to have jumped to conclusions. The mouse kneels down in front of Pete and draws her knife. I can share it, we're all given sacred names by the highest power. She makes her incision. You don't watch the blood leak from Pete's arm, you can only look at the mask. We're not supposed to share our sacred names, but I think it's okay if I tell you what my name means. And I guess I'll call me something based on that, does that work? She makes conscious to you, you're compromising. Something small, trivial, but still willing to negotiate with you, which means you're still a gentle negotiating your freedom. What does your sacred name mean? Water from the heavens, where the highest power live. I'm proud of my name, so if you can consult something like that, I'll be happy. She wipes her knife, Pete is still. Trying to feel like they wallow through a deep pit of mud, but you finally land on something. Little raindrop. The mouse doesn't react, so you rush to explain. There's not a name, but a term of endearment, like sweetheart or pumpkin. Pumpkin? My grandmother used to call me that back when I was a little tyke. You don't think about what ways Peter reminds of your late grandmother. I'll tell you, little raindrop. Yeah. 16. Too young. She's far too young to be taking lives like this. Though you realize likely because she's so young that the group has been able to mold her into a killer. Mouse turns her attention back to the witch lying still on the floor beside you. It's hard to tell when a witch heart has stopped beating. Can you help me again? You swallowed hard and took your head to finally face what's become of Pete. Sure. Sit on a bloodstained floor with ropes tied loosely around your body, though not so loose that you could shuffle your way out of them. The other mice had apparently called the little raindrop for leaving you unbound and was improper. She told you that the highest power would be displeased and she had no choice but to tie you up like before. The eyelids are heavy, you feel hollow. Somehow you ended up making negative progress. The day you're all alone. You became lazily placed on the floor, but the ropes don't give an inch. You want to cry, but you're already dehydrated. You want to go home, but you can't leave this room. You want to die, but only if it will be painless. You don't want to bleed like Moss and Pat did. You don't want to be reduced to chunks of meat and forgotten. It's late when the mouse arrives. So late that you almost believe she wouldn't come today. You're a raindrop. Hello. The candlelight reflects off her mask, a terrifying figure. You smile weakly. I'm here because I was able to sneak away with some leftovers. Food? She brought your food. She's still on your side, your little raindrop from the heavens. She came here because she didn't want you to starve. Is that really okay to give me your food? I hope you're already eating your fill. She kneels down in front of you, presenting a ball of steel. Having 3 faces in a row, so I don't mind sharing something. Is that not like feast with like, you know, food from like my friend that she killed? Another sound comes from behind the elf mask, as if she's smiling at you again. You want to believe that. I can't untie you, so I'll feed you myself. She held up a spoon of dark stew. Your eyes link on the chunks of meat. It's Pete. Pete is... yeah. Sure, I eat it. You're doing what you have to do in order to survive. It will all be meaningless if you were to die here like this. That's why you have to do whatever it takes. Day 11. For 5 days your little kingdom came to visit and made small horizontal incisions across your waist. They bled as you chatted with her. You continued to chat in order to take your mind off the pain. You think you could probably go into hell. There are all sorts of conceptions in hell, in the cultures you have studied. By the cold, fiery, transient purgatory or a realm of eternal punishment. I'm not sure you believed in hell before now, but being faced with your imminent death, you want to believe there must be some kind of afterlife. You can imagine whatever next will be a peaceful paradise with your family, your ancestors happily waiting there for you. Surely, some kind of retribution is coming for a coward like yourself. What's being done to you now isn't enough. The blood coagulates, the wound scraps over, and a fresh incision is made. Maybe the only part of you that will ever escape the place is what already flowed down that drain. But each time the door opens, a little seed of hope is planted. She's here again. She smiles to greet you. Lettering them to ask you to tell him another story from your journal. You carry it with all of your adventures, a record full of notes and of ancient civilizations. Things you've learned from various tribes in the region and little things about the ways of life that have fascinated you. Anthropology is a broad subject, there are so many exciting things to learn. You share some of the things with the mouse, who seem to match your excitement and interest in the wider world. She never left the village, so it's no surprise you will feel that way. And you finish your story, she seems no closer to releasing you. You can feel your stories very hard, but she still does not budge. You explained to little Rain that you're traveling on a research expedition. When she asked about the purpose of your research, you realized Pet's photography would communicate it most clearly. So you had to her dig into the witch's backpack to uncover her photo book. Pet was such an unpleasant person to be around, but her talents were unmatched. Seeing her photography again brings you to tears. You have to stop looking. The ropes around your body might not be the only thing holding you together today. Was not asking for Elise a wrong move. Another day goes by, bleeding and talking late into the night. The little dame belongs, then carefully picks up her candle. I better go to bed. You don't want her to leave, you don't want to be left alone another night in this dark, horrible, blood-stained room. Good night, love, see you tomorrow. Over a week, good night, and close your eyes. You don't know how much longer you'll last. Uh-oh. You're feeling more lucid today. The hopeless has left you. You think it's probably your body's last hurrah. Your grandmother was like that too. The day that she passed, you wonder if dying bodies can feel their expiration date coming on. You thought you'd be scared, but really, you spent the past 2 weeks in total fear. You're overdue for a sense of peace. Okay, I'm ready. She raises the knife to your arm and waits for your approval. She'll be forced to reopen an older wound by the time many cuts have been left there. Why does it follow your signal to go ahead? It's made the whole thing feel like a slow suicide. It's enough to make you laugh, but the corners of your mouth only curl slightly at tonight before relaxing back in place. In the end, you do give her a nod as she cuts and you bleed. You're so cold, but you don't have energy to shiver. You wish you brought a blanket, but you can't ask for that now. You don't want to open your eyes again. You thought for a moment, but you didn't want to. But, little raindrop, huh? Could you take off your mask? She hesitates. My mask? Why? I never see your face. I'd like to see it once before it's too late. Okay. Aww. You stare at her for a moment. In the light, you're almost unsure, but there is really a person under there, not some monster. You might only be fooling yourself, believing she was a victim like you. She's still a child whose view of the world has been wrapped in such a way that brings harm to others. She can see the damage she's done. She hadn't had a chance to comprehend it before putting into the situation. Just beautiful round eyes. Oh, your eyes are nice too. You're able to muster a real laugh this time. You have to say more than that. Listen, little raindrop. Once you prepare my body for the feast, you won't be able to talk anymore. That's okay, the feast is what's important. It's a great honor to be overthrown by the highest power. You were chosen. Ah, there wasn't enough time. You're gonna get through to her. There was never going to be a way to untangle those immortal beliefs on her overnight. But if you leave it like this, you might never break free from them. You use all that's left of your strength to lean forward, letting your head fall on our lap. Please learn everything that you can about the world, little raindrop. The highest power of yours is the only power that exists. It's the only way. She doesn't say anything, you continue. I'm sorry I only ever said things you must sound like sacrilege to you, but I hope you can understand it one day. Come to understand and escape from this place. That's my wish for you. You close your eyes again. You pray to every power you can think of. Please let this mouse escape. Aww. Wait, there are multiple endings? It's an interesting story because, like... Oh wait. It's not done? After feast day, I thought the house power wouldn't be passing down any more blessing for a while. There has once been a lot of work I only managed to do the time before. I thought maybe the highest power was pleased with how well it went and was right sent us forth. I hope this new offering was as nice as you were. If so, I'll go with the slow draining method again. And he was... Oh. Meals are to be eaten and spoken with that rule, but the monkey was wide awake when I came in to start the draining ritual. I want to see if it was a nice person like you were alone. A lot of fun talk to you, so I wondered if other outsiders would share their stories with me like you did. She was a member of a search party when sent out to look for a group of researchers who disappeared in rainforest a moment ago. A witch called Pete, a local rat who was hired as the guide and the leader of the expedition, Anthropocles, Loam. It appeared that someone else said your name. I was happy to be able to talk to someone who knew about you because I couldn't explain all the stuff to any of my brothers without getting in trouble. But when I told the monk that you and the others were already offered up to the highest power for the feast, and she didn't need to look for you anymore, she got really upset. Outsiders always have trouble accepting the highest power role. They can't compare to the honor being bestowed on them. She struggled a lot and was able to use the knife because of that. I'm the only one assigned to the dining preparation house right now, so it's up to me to carry out the ritual. I had to come back later tonight when she had calmed down. Things proceed normally after that. I didn't try to talk her again. Oh, it keeps going on. I'll leave it here because it's been 30 minutes and that sort of stuff. It's really interesting because, like, if you get captive and that sort of stuff, the thing is, you can, like, most people get feared and, you know, if they get cut up and that sort of stuff, but some have the courage to do this. And I don't say, go sweet talk if you get, like, I hope you don't get captured, but, like, if you get captured, like, to go sweet talk every murderer that you get. But sometimes the instinct of survival really is the way to go, and that's what stuff. But I'm gonna leave it here, solely with the reason that's 30 minutes, and that sort of stuff, and I do 30 minutes a game, and I have 2 other games to play. I know it's a visual novel, but I thought it was like short one thing too. So if you want to play it for yourself, link is at the top of the video description down below. With that, I'll see you in game number 2. Always funny, and the ominous games without any, music. Welcome to I Have to Go. No, I don't have to go, now because the time to record is up. No, this is I Have to Go. It's a horror game about a tragic police story. Jesus, can I... Okay, hold on. That is already a thing. So yeah, this is the thing. But like, yeah, it's been like, I know you've probably been thinking like, Elise, you're 13 weeks pregnant and, you're 13 weeks pregnant and you have a belly this big. Yeah, I'm the oldest of fraternity. But I've been like, what the fuck? Is it not, is it not like... Oh, I put it with... Okay. Oh, I'll just put it at 2 then. But like, the thing is like, pregnancy so far... No, I forgot... Pregnancy is going so far so good. Like 30 weeks, I don't... Like, the reason I do a big belly is because I don't really have, like, a sizable belly that I would do. Like, on the other hand, on the other hand, you would have things to show, but...
Hello. We need you to get to the station now. It's serious. What's happening? There is no time to explain. Hurry up.
Who was it?
The boss. There is an emergency.
Is it about missing people? I saw it on the news. They say it's dangerous. Can you stay? I don't want you to get in danger. You just started working as a policeman.
I don't even know what it is. I don't think that they would involve me in that serious stuff.
I don't feel good about it. Please stay.
I just got this job. I have to go.
Can I watch a show too? But yeah, like, it's been like going chill over the past few weeks. Of course I got sick, which was like worrisome. Why is it like... I didn't know this was the back rooms, by the way. With that and that sort of stuff. But like I said, the reason I haven't been like showing my normal belly off because I do know people like big bellies and that sort of stuff on my channel. This really feels like this just really feels like somebody went into paint, went like with the spray brush, the spray brush, and be like, shh, make like one big circle and one big mouth, and then like was like spraying around it. I mean, it's better than AI, than generated AI shit. But yeah, and that's the reason I've been doing big belly. I do expect that, like as I said, that after like my holiday, I will have a sizable belly to show off myself and be like, Elise, you already have a sizable belly.
Okay, you are all here.
But like, yeah. So I've been primarily going chill, steady. We've been doing a few checkups because like I got sick and that sort of stuff, and I had to get flying. But I was ready to fly. It was good. I have been like last week especially. I've been like gassy. I don't know why. I've been burping a lot. I've been like farting a lot. You will think like Elise is part of pregnancy. I know, but still like normally if I wanted like burp on command, it takes a bit. But if I like now, I can do it on command. Oh, see now no. Now I can do it anymore all of a sudden. So yeah, but like I'm ready. Like my gynecologist told me that I'm good to fly and that sort of stuff. And we do expect that like when I got back from Italy, that like around week 16, 17, that I will get a sizable belly. At least not as big as this. This will probably be my full term, third like 25, 26 plus week belly. Or yeah, the full term 40-week belly, but you know what I mean.
Of course, new guy is late.
Come on, don't mess with him.
Okay. You probably heard about the missing people. Well, we managed to find Kidnapper's location. We are
So
not
yeah,
sure
the
if
pregnancy is going fine.
are alive.
So far no issues, but you know thing. And maybe like there's maybe no issues or like not struggles because it's my fourth pregnancy at this point.
But killer needs to be caught. Or dead. You have full permission to shoot him. If you are in life danger.
I just don't know why you brought this idiot.
He is not idiot. He is just new.
I see potential in him. This is your first serious mission. Do you think you can do it? Yes, sir. Then don't waste any more time. And one more thing. Whoever neutralizes the killer gets $1 million. Or your family if the worst happens. Anyways, good luck, people. We believe in you.
And that sort of stuff. So yeah, this is not my official belly size. And I think after I come back from Italy, I will do it with my original belly size.
This is serious.
I don't know. I feel confident.
What do you know? It's your first real operation.
He is not stupid.
I hope you won't leave the place cold. But you most likely will.
Are you serious? How can you say something like that?
Who's gonna stop me? You should be thankful I'm here. To save your asses.
Save our asses?
And look, I know I'm an idiot, but like I'm gonna do
Are
it
you
myself.
serious? We are going to rescue people. Did you forget you are policemen?
Okay. Shut up.
No touch you.
Shut up. We are almost there.
So yeah, so do expect this big belly to not be there for a few turns.
You decided to hold hostages in this shithole.
This place looks horrible.
Alright, she will go right. I will go left hand you in the middle. Remember, be on the radio. And report anything you see. Good luck.
So yeah, and that sort of stuff. So I'm excited also to fly and go on holiday. Because like it's my first time flying, and of course I do it while pregnant and that sort of stuff. Of course I fly while pregnant, but yeah, it's my first time flying, and like I don't remember flying. Like at least I didn't fly on my own. I don't like my mother told me we never flew as a family, so it will be my first time flying. Can I shoot? No. And such stuff. So yeah, I'll probably make like a more jigs of it, like instead of like, you know, that like, oh, you go flying for the first time, it's really exciting. It probably isn't. You know, I'm probably making it more a big fuss of it than it's supposed to be.
Police! Please help me. Where am I? You're a psychopath here with us.
Shut up! You know, I will shoot you!
Calm down. You are safe now.
Please get me out of here. I have a kid at home.
Yeah, you know, I'm probably making more a big fuss of it than it is. Because, like, in the past week, I've been mostly thinking of what to eat, you know, what to drink. So that, like, I don't have stuff open in my fridge when I leave. And then I come back in, my fridge is starting to talk to me.
Don't worry. You are safe now. Do you know where the killer is?
I don't.
Are you stupid? That was a hostage.
Shit. I thought you were attacked. I wanted to save your ass.
Yeah, you should first ask.
Shit, this is horrible.
We have to hide the body.
Are you serious?
Listen to me. You either stay silent and say you found him dead, or we hide the body, or I kill you as well.
Whoa,
I am ready to do it.
chill.
Okay, chill guy.
We found him dead.
That's what I thought. Now keep going and look for the killer.
Fine, I was just talking with the guy who jump scared me to the pit. But yeah, like, I haven't packed yet. And I'm probably gonna do that like on Sunday and Monday after my parents left, but I have primarily been like, you know, thinking about what to eat the past week, what to drink. Okay. Found another dead guy. I just don't like the buzzing, I have to think about it. So, and of course I'm... And of course I do this all while pregnant. I mean, like, I know I'm the oldest of fertility, I'm like highly hormonal and that sort of stuff, but hey, can't you blame me? Did my neck just get like totaled?
He is dead. Poor boy.
Guess he couldn't save himself.
But he did the good thing. He killed this psychopath. He will be a hero. His family will get that money. But no money can replace hero like this.
I don't know.
He's just we were like...
Why don't we take money to ourselves? Say he died in accident.
Hell nah. You are such a dick.
You gonna stop me?
I will, idiot. I saw you did nothing. Everyone will know the truth.
What did you say?
Idiot.
Are you sure? Boss, the target is neutralistic. So yeah. They both sadly died. They weren't strong enough.
I always knew you were the strongest. But I believed in those two. But it is what it is. Life is hard. You will get prize of $2 million.
This is actually a bit like... Yeah, this shows the greed of sin, now that I think about it.
for killing Jivokost.
Thank you so much. I wish they didn't have to end like this. And I am sad that we couldn't rescue hostage. We found him dead sadly.
Go and rest your head. You deserve it.
We are representing you. The police that beat the most dangerous man that lived in our city. This is type of man that we call a hero.
I'm called a traitor. Yeah, the true hero. Now that you think about it, this is like the sin of greed. Like, as you clearly see, that guy, you know, sees $1 million and be like, haha, I'm the best, I'm all great, and that sort of stuff. You know, like, in normal police circumstances, if that happens that, like, a hostage, like, as you see there, that I was talking to the hostage, and, like, and that sort of stuff, and that, like, another cops come towards me and be like, you know, doesn't directly shoot, they'd be like, hey, identify yourself, is everything okay? You know? And the second thing is, like, okay, you know, he got me, he chipped my neck, but, like, I'm pretty sure if he chips my neck, that, like... But I like this, like... Only thing I hate is the continuously buzzing, like here in the back rooms at level 0, you know, like, but I like this. And thing, because it plays directly into the part that, like, most people know. You're a police officer, you all know there's a killer in here, but the thing is, you don't know where. And what this what this game does exactly the right what a lot of games don't do. It teases with you. It keeps you reminded and on your toes that you're not alone. You know, the bags that fall through the sky without the first thing saying, the hostage that gets to you, jump scares you. The guys that fell through the ceiling, the black guy that jump scares you and that sort of stuff. It keeps you reminded you're not alone. And it doesn't overdo it. Maybe it does a bit, but like it does it correctly. So yeah, if you want to play it for yourself, link is at the top of the video, description down below. With that, let's head out to our final game of today's episode. And then look at this. This is actually made adorable. It's like low, like maybe it's not the biggest effort, but like it has passion, you know. Also, I didn't tell, like, for ZA Steel type Elise, I don't know if I can give her lore that I did with the other 18 times. It's like a sort of like, brainwashing clone adventure where eventually Stellar type Elise tried to eat all the other clones and that sort of stuff. And I'm not, like, that's the thing, I don't know if I want to say, that I continue the story after that, where a Steel type Elise, where I was Steel type Elise, ate technically Stellar type Elise to punish her and that sort of stuff, that I do it afterwards. That I make her, instead of Stellar type, now Bug type Elise, or an enemy in Kalos that me and Bug type Elise has to defeat. But, because that's the thing, that'll make the belly a bit more explainable, but I just can say the expression, like on my model and on this belly. But like, I can say that like it's a bigger upper belly because I ate Stellar type Elise and it's in there, or that I was pregnant. But that, on the other hand, that would mean that my character was pregnant during that moment, and so... Now, like, I don't know if I want lore, but maybe it would be interesting to keep, like, of the four. Of the, like, it was a long way of, like, the cloning story. Because I did try also to include, like, a bit of everything of pregnancy. From, like, me being Steel type being pregnant myself. From Electric type eating people to, like, Fairy type inflating herself with air. To, like, other trainers, like, other types like Poison type and Normal type being pregnant of Poke eggs, with like Fighting type being pregnant of a boy, Ground type being pregnant of a girl. So a bit, a bit of everything. But like, I don't know. I found the ending idea fun that like Stellar type tries to eat the others in like because of an insatiable hunger that she got after reading the Scarlet of Island book. And I found it like funny, it was funny to me to say that like as a villain you try to eat others, and that sort of stuff, and that as punishment you get eaten. So, yeah. But I don't know if I'll continue the story yet. But this game is like about visiting your grandmother, and was called, I thought I would have this intro, Jivokost, if I pronounce it correctly, I think. So yeah, there is a story, like a Preggo story for the Pokemon lore. It is in the Discord on the Project Elise one in the guide. I can show you. Like, if you're interested ever in that, it's in my Discord. Yeah, this is my 3 Scary Game tab where I keep the games that I think. But if you're in my Discord and that sort of stuff, you want to see that Poke story, go to the server guide. In there is a Project Elise one tab. Click on it and you get, as you can see behind me, the tab. And if you go through like all the adventures, you will read, the stuff. And around Ghost type is where the story starts to pick up of like, hey, there are multiple types and that sort of stuff. And for example, as you can see, if I scroll all the way down to here, like without another word, Steel type Elise becomes Stellar type Elise swallows her whole in one fell swoop. The water normal grass and Fighting type Elise is watching total amazement. So like that's like the thing, like it would be funny to start from there and in Kalos and fight that she comes back, but then I will have to think of a way of how to defeat her again. It's in this game we're gonna play is called Jivokost, and it's like a short horror game about visiting your grandmother. And something is wrong. So yeah. That's supposed to 10-15 minutes. I was talking to you about the intro about my ZA adventure at Pokefolk 4 I eat other people again. Because the thing is like I said, I am a Preggo Vtuber, and as I said in that 3 Scary Games, I'm a Preggo Vtuber, and pregnancy will be the main thing on my channel, But, I don't know, I just, like, lore-wise, 4 is a part of my lore, and I want to introduce more, but I also want to, like, don't make it, like, because that's the thing, like, I'm a pregnant Vtuber. The belly is already there. Like, if I don't want to make something sexual or like huge styled, then I think I'm already past that because like most people think like I don't know. Like I do know a lot of people like my belly, and a lot of people watch my content because of my pregnancy aesthetic, and that sort of stuff. So hello, grandmom. So I don't know, want to know like how people will look up if I start like eating clones on recordings and that sort of stuff, or talk about the gurgling belly. It's something I want to do because the thing is, I am happy with a big belly. You know, that's the reason probably why I got 4 times pregnant already. But you know, I'm happy when I get a big belly. That's my comfort zone, and I don't care what other people think. I'm gonna comfort with looking like this. You know, and vor technically does that. Like if you eat somebody, your belly swells up to make room for what you have eaten because that's normal. If you eat like 20 kilos of rice, I shouldn't say you do it. Your belly becomes bigger because to make room for the food you eat. That's normal. But it's a big belly because it's normally human. But like it's like that part like that becomes more like fantasy, and that's the reason I want to do it a bit more to make my story a bit more fantasy aligned. Because like I never in real life I will be able to eat a human. Okay, I know that. You don't have to tell me that. Oh, here you are. Hello, grandson. Haven't seen you for a while. I do love that you have like a 3D model and then like a hand-drawn thing here. Hi, Granny, I've been busy. Only now got the opportunity to come by. Well, it's alright. You must be tired from the journey. Go take a nap. We will talk later. Okay, maybe you're alright. So yeah, I don't know how, but like things like I said, but like you know, imagine that like I just stream Pokemon and say, haha, stellar type Elise with my belly, and then play up a gurgling belly sound. Have you been watching me sleep the whole time? Did you sleep well? I thought you better go to church. Why? Strange things are happening around here. I'm afraid for you. What's wrong? There are some weirdos wandering around. No one has seen them before. Go now. The church is right on the hill. You won't miss it. She kind of be weirdo. I know I've been talking about eating people, but like that would be like a fun thing to do, you know. And that's like a small thing, just talk. And Twitch might not be the right thing, but like for example with Booktype 2, I can just say that like, no, Booktype not, but we're all sinners. Pray for salvation. Okay. What am I a sinner of? Something is always watching us from above. Is it God or something else? Don't you dare to touch my grandma. I will eat you in one swell whoop, eh? You know, I will eat you in one swell whoop. If you dare to touch my grandmother. You went to the forest tonight. You have no choice. Who are you? We will meet soon. As I said to you, if you touch my grandmother, you know, I'm hungry, and you don't want to find me mad and hungry, I will eat you whole. Have you been to church? Yes, I've come across a stranger. He was standing near the house. Said I must go into the forest tonight. Interesting. You're okay, Grandma? We have dinner first. I made soup. You okay? What's... You know, have no dialogue? Okay. You know, you aren't really clear stranger. Where into the forest I do go. Is this the forest? So, yeah. That would be a fun thing to do, to like make like gurgling belly sounds during those streams, but I don't think not everybody would like it. But I do know, like I said back in that other 3 scary games, pregnancy will be my main aesthetic, it will be my main focus thing of the channel. But primarily me experiencing pregnancies, me having a big belly and that sort of stuff, and my pregnant Vtuber model. And if you don't like it, I don't care. I do like it, and that's how it's supposed to go. Because that's a thing that I think I learned from therapy. Like, I think if I'm comfortable with something doing that I like, and I know who I am as a VTuber, you know, that I think it will naturally shows back in content, and that through that natural, you know, through the natural sense, it will also attract more people. Because I think, like, if you, like, don't know who you are, even if you try to find your niche as, like, trying stuff out, like, as a variety streamer, or, you know, a horror focus streamer, or Project Diva focus streamer, that eventually you'll find your niche, and eventually you'll find people who are interested in you. And that sort of stuff. Like, I do variety stuff, and I sometimes do wonder. Like, I sometimes do wonder, for example, when I do, like... Hello? Hello? Like, I sometimes do wonder, for example, when I do a Call of Duty Veteran Campaign series, are there people that only coming from the Call of Duty Veteran Campaign series? And doing them is fun, because it's just a challenge. He is awake. Like, so that's the thing, like, I do like sometimes think, like, if I do a Call of Duty Veteran Campaign series, do people only come for like Call of Duty Veteran Campaign series? Or do people really come because they like, you know, a belly? Or do they like me as a content creator, like the challenge that I'm experiencing? Like with the dead counters, for example, because there's a thing, like in Call of Duty Veteran Campaign, I like Modern Warfare, I fought for fun once. I'm gonna over one video see how many grenade counters I got. On the first video I did that it was 20, but on the second one I've like looked over every frame. I got like over 70, but the thing is, like, I have to like watch the video myself again. But I really did it on the frame the grenade counter came into screen. Eh? It's a lot of editing because like you're technically counting and rechecking everything, positioning in the wall and that sort of stuff. But yeah, like those little niche things are also gonna stay till 2026. And as you say, this will be my main thing still. This here will be my main thing. And yeah, but like I primarily focus on horror and Project Diva because I do love Project Diva and that's my main thing I'm started with. I focus on my Twitch channel and that sort of stuff. But Project Diva is really limited and such stuff. And as you know, a lot of my lore is also based not around pregnancy for, but also including the Sakai, Project Sakai, Project Diva, Hatsune Miku, and that sort of stuff. And as I said, pregnancy and Sakai are also involved. So, but Project Diva is really limited. Back in the day when I made my VTuber, of course, with Project Sakai, which is now way more expanded. But that's the reason I chose horror, because I already watch a lot of horror videos, and I always love to do horror videos. And eventually I learned how horror videos work, how horror games usually work, how horror games attend, so... Am I sacrificed? Am I like sacrificed? So yeah, that's the reason I've been like my channel, like especially after therapy, learning that like I do what I love, you know, as being a goddess of reproduction, goddess of fertility that can get pregnant, and explaining that side, and that like if people don't like me, so be it. People always have an opinion, Like, people will always have an opinion on the internet. Like, if I will remove my pregnancy part of the thing, you know, my breast will be a problem. Make my breast smaller, the fact that I'm a transgender girl is a problem. Remove the transgender girl, then nobody thinks I'm funny, you know? And that's like opinions that people always have. And there will always be opinions there. And if I become funny, then like the production of my videos is wrong. You get what I mean? There will always people who will be negative, no matter what I do. And by, you know, filtering those out, huh. By filtering those out, you know, I got better and I got like a better mindset. Like, I don't get as many negative comments anymore. Or yeah, I'm making negative comments. I don't think I get that many negative comments anymore. Do I like this? And that sort of stuff. Or if I do get negative comments, like they don't hit me as they do like back in the day. And I feel like because of that, I get way more positive, way more happy, make way more energetic content. With like the expectation of the week that I get sick or the upcoming weeks because I go on holiday. Hey, who ate me? I'm the one eating people. I'm confused. It's because I went to the forest that like everybody died in the village. Because I let the beast be awakened. Or am I the beast now? So, but because I'm more energetic, I make way more better content. And since I'm now way more better energetic and know who I am, I feel like I can look way better at my videos and be like, okay, I cut that out, or I choose the way of production this. Because I do make long form style content, that is true. Did it really say sorry for jump scare? Did it really say sorry for jump scare? Pause the video, go back and look, but there was like one, you know, the frame that the jump scare was like one frame where it said sorry for jump scare. But yeah, because like I said, like now that I'm like energetic and know like who I am, I can feel like I can translate that into like my streams and videos. And because of that, I can easily say, you know, okay, I cut this out, I don't do that. Pregnancy is my main aesthetic theme. You know, talk a bit more about belly, show that a bit more, show a bit more about my pregnancies. And that will come back and such stuff. After sleeping and such stuff. So, yeah. And I do be like a more niche content creator because I'm a pregnant Vtuber or a Vtuber with a pregnant belly 90% of the time and that sort of stuff. And by accepting that, you know, and saying this is who I am, if you don't like me, there's the door. I think like, as I said, that like the energy comes out of it. I know who I am. I can more, you know, go into that and more into that role as like pregnant Vtuber and that sort of stuff. And I can also more bring that back in my content because I also do notice if you're gonna want to be a content creator, people also look for realism and that sort of stuff. Or people have like, I don't know why, but like people want to connect things to realism. And because if people's like the thing is like people see a pregnant VTuber and they see a pregnant trans girl and they be like, hey Elise, you're a trans girl, huh? And then they'd be like, you know, I'm the goddess of fertility, I have a uterus and that sort of stuff. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm a goddess of fertility. I got like a special uterus that made me allowed to get pregnant and that sort of stuff. And when I explain that, they'll be like, oh. But I can sense that hinge of like realism that people want. But like, I think it's more fun to say like, you know, a pregnant trans girl and that sort of stuff. I mean, if I even would left out the trans girl, then my voice will be a problem, you know. Yeah, I had a old dream. Besides that, I'm okay. Well, fine. Crows are gathering near the graveyard. It is coming. Huh? This is the end. There was game 3, right? Yeah, there was already game 3, damn. And that sort of stuff. But yeah, like I said, like if you want to be a content creator but don't want to go like VTubing magical side, because like be honest, like if you're like no, I have no hate to furry VTubers, but like yeah, you can say furry is a bit of real life people that want to be an animal and go into fursuits, but like that's also like a thing that like reality is often a thing not depicted on. I mean, I can wear wings like this in real life, but yeah, you know that aside, that's aside. People will always have opinions, but like if you want like becoming a VTuber and you want to like appeal to people in your story, a bit of realism apparently works really well. Because as I said, if people see the word trans girl and the fact that I'm a pregnant VTuber, you know, even if I show them this, even if I show them like ultrasounds on this and my belly, they will be like, "Huh, you're a trans girl, Elise." Yeah, this is game number 3, and I'm gonna say one thing. I think like I do love the art style. I'm gonna say that. Like, I do love the art style of like the hand-drawn characters on screen. You know that like pick your language at the beginning. But I do miss a bit of story because like you come to your grandmother. You know you talk about your drive and your journey towards her. You take a sleep, and then you suddenly have to go to the church. Your church has all sinners. You know, and that there are strange people outside. You know, to build up the story of strange things are happening. Then you get to like that strange person, and that person just basically said, "You forest tonight, else die, else grandmother die." You know, like else something happens, and you'd be like, "Okay, grandmother even like jump scares you and go to the forest." But then after the forest, you get basically sort of rituals. Then after waking up and walking through like you know the ritual site and back, you are in like a sort of like stomach. Or a brain, I don't know. It's a brain or a stomach, one of the two. Then you'll see it like, you know, a long graveyard, and you get jump scared at the end. And then like it appears to all be a dream. No, wasn't all a dream. He's still coming. Who's coming? You know, who's coming? Why are they ritualing me? You know, not others. Do you get what I mean? Like, there's no reason who these strange people are. There is no reason why I am chosen to be sacrificed. Because I'm a sinner? Is that it? There's no saying who is coming. Who is he? Is it my grandfather? You know? And I think those pieces break the story apart. And if you explain those, that will be a way better story in game. But that's my opinion. And such stuff. Yeah. This Preggo Transgo, I have other things to do. No. As a small reminder, because this is 3 scary games to 3... 8, right? Yeah, this is 3 Scary Games 238. As a small reminder, on the 10th of April and the 7th of April, 2020... No, not the 7th. On the 10th of April and the 17th of April, there won't be 3 Scary Games. I will be back at least with 3 Scary Games from the 24th of April on your usual 8 o'clock time. This all in 2026. There will be additional content still uploaded. I have a lot of pre-recorded for my holiday and that sort of stuff. So the videos will still go on. There will be an extra video probably on Saturday and that's it. And that sort of stuff. So there won't be 3 Scary Games. I will be back with my belly cam on the 24th of April. So if you want to wait until that, make sure to do that. But sorry, I go on holiday. And that sort of stuff. But as you know, I'm Private Elise, your pregnant Vtuber Transgender on the internet, your horror Project Diva focused content creator. If you like horror, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell. I will leave a few horror playlists in the icon on the top right that I think you will like to watch and that sort of stuff. These include Escape the Backrooms, Poppy Playtime, Around the Clock, Bikini Bottom, and Dark Deception, as an example. If you want to support me, best way is liking the video, subscribing, and that sort of stuff. Liking the video will throw the video out in the algorithm by YouTube. Subscribing means that you say to me that you like the video and you want to see more and that sort of stuff. I will bring more after the holiday and that sort of stuff. At the top will be the games that I've played today. So if you want to play any of them for yourself, they will be linked at the top of the video description. At the bottom will be my link tree. In case you want to join the Discord that I showed earlier, that will be in that link tree and that sort of stuff. It's your best place to stay up to date, best chance to talk to me, and best plans to catch me, talk to me, or join others who like maybe a belly or any other video game. It's a small my aim for my community is a small gaming community where you can opt in and opt out for like maybe social things like my Twitch, YouTube, or other things. And that there is an NSFW section if you maybe like some role playing, bellies, and that sort of stuff. So if you're interested in that, make sure to join the Discord. If you don't want to stay up to date but don't use Discord, there's an Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky involved and that sort of stuff. And there is also Ko-fi and Patreon in case you want to support me a little bit more. But with that, I'm going to say, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell. I'm going to enjoy my holiday. My day all, at least for 3 scary games. See you back at the 24th of April 2026, 8 o'clock. But until then, stay safe, have a wonderful time, have a fun week. And until then, bye. Bye.